I made Five Nights at Freddy's inside of Fortnite, but with a cool twist. You are the bad guy, and your job is to destroy this poor security guard. Let me explain. You see, in most Five Nights at Freddy's games, you play as a security guard, and your job is to fend off killer animatronics. However, I wanted to switch the roles for this game and have the player be the animatronic. Sounds simple enough? But since we are going to be role-playing as an animatronic, we need a custom Five Nights at Freddy's model. So I went on to Sketchfab and I downloaded this Glamrock Freddy model since it also came with a running animation. I then stole some code from this dumb YouTuber, who you should totally subscribe to, by the way, and then pasted it into my own island. We now have a custom character. So next, we need a map. My original plan was to use the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 map, but I couldn't manage to import it due to some weird collision bugs. I kid you not, I spent like 2 hours trying to get the collisions to work. I even tried using the Five Nights at Freddy's 3 map, but that didn't work either. Eventually, I just gave up and used one of the prefabs for the Imposter's Fortnite LTM. I specifically used this prefab because it has a bunch of hallways. You'll see why that's important later on. I made some quick adjustments to the map, and then I added this little office thing for our security guard to be locked away at, and we now have our map. So let's start working on the actual game, starting with the dude. That's the security guard, by the way. Because we are the animatronic, we now need a security guard so we can epically 1v1 him. So I made an amazingly modeled dude. I know, bad modeling aside, our dude currently does nothing. So let's fix that by making him do stuff. So my idea for this dude is for him to be able to use cameras like in the classic Five Nights at Freddy's games. He can use these cameras to monitor the animatronic, in this case the player's position. This is why I wanted the map to have a bunch of hallways so the player can hide from certain camera angles. But just him watching the cameras feels boring to me. So I also gave him the ability to go outside his office. What? So he has the ability to go out of his office and look around with a flashlight. He can also go to one of the 2 corners to complete a maintenance task. You're probably wondering, well, what about doors? How is he supposed to defend himself? Wouldn't the game be too easy if he can just go outside unprotected? Well, no, because I ended up giving him a super secret ability, which I'll talk about later on. It's really fun. Right now, we need to create the dude's movement. So, since I only want the dude to move in a certain area, that being near his office, I am going to use these things called nodes. For the purposes of this game or video, a node is just a point in the map where he can be positioned at. You can see I used orange balls to visualize each node here. Now, the way these nodes work is that the dude is allowed to move from one node to any other node next to the current node he's standing at. So while he can move to any adjacent node, he cannot stop halfway. He must always be at a node. So I coded the nodes into the game, and now we can start coding the movement. For the dude's AI/behavior, I made it so that every 4 seconds, the dude can do one of 3 things. 1, he can move around to another node. 2, he can just stand there and do nothing. 3, he can turn around in place without moving, giving him the chance to spot the player from behind, for example. After a bit of coding, I had the movement, and here's our dude moving from node to node. Now, like I said, we have some tasks that the dude can do. So now we need to make him do the task whenever he reaches a task node. So the tasks in this game were pretty straightforward to pro. Whenever he reaches a task node, he's just going to stay there for a short period of time. Once that time has passed, he is free to move to another node. I also wanted to add a visualizer to let the player know that the dude is doing a task. So after spending way too long figuring out how to add VFX, this is the result I came up with. There's supposed to be sparks coming out, and they're lovely, right? So our dude is now roaming around doing tasks and all, but we still haven't given him probably the most important mechanic in the game, which is the ability to use the camera. So whenever the dude goes to his office, he can use any camera and switch between them. If the animatronic, you, happens to be at the same camera he's looking at, you must not move. Otherwise, you will be sent back to your starting position. So for the cameras to detect a player, I didn't really have to make anything fancy, since luckily Fortnite has a device which can be used to detect a player. If one of these devices sees a player, my code will then know when this event happens, and it will begin to monitor the player's movement. This will last until either the dude switches cameras or the player moves, which will again make them get reset back to the start. I placed a bunch of these around, spent a couple of hours on the code for the camera, and that's it, right? Wrong. You see, these cameras had an issue that almost made the game literally impossible. Basically, the devices have cheats enabled and could literally see in all directions. Luckily, the device doesn't have x-rays, so props can block the device's vision. I made a quick hollow cone using the modeling tools Don't even ask how I managed to make this, since I have no idea how to use modeling tools. Anyway, I ended up with this horrible looking cone, and you can probably see where I'm headed with it. I basically put the camera inside the cone. Cone would then be blocking the sides of the device, meaning the player couldn't be spotted from the sides. I then just applied a transparent material to the cone so the player couldn't see this atrocity of a cone. Luckily, this still blocked the device's vision, so now we have our cameras up and ready. I also gave each camera a red light, which turns on whenever that specific camera is being used, to let the player know not to move. Unfortunately, this specific device also emits a red light whenever it sees a player, and when the dude switches cameras, the light still stays on, so that makes it kind of annoying, but it just means that you have to watch out for the bigger red light. Now, it's time for my favorite part of this whole game. So remember how I said I'll give the guard a super secret ability to be able to defend himself? If the guard isn't using the cameras, which means he's moving around, and he manages to see you, he won't run away. He won't close any doors. Heck, he won't play dead in hopes you don't stuff him in a suit. No, my friends. If the security guard manages to see you, he will literally fire a bomb at you, instantly eliminating you. What? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense since he's destroying the place he works at, and how did he even get a bomb in the first place? But he's had a long week and he won't be taking any of Freddy shenanigans. So now you can't simply just run at the guard to eliminate him. You have to be careful he doesn't see you, otherwise it's game over for you. So I started coding the mechanic for the bomb shoot. Initially, I made it so that the dude would shoot a bomb only if he saw the player move, similar to the cameras. But that made the game way too easy, since you could just camp the hallway and the dude could just run into you. This is a problem because all you have to do to win the game is to touch the dude. So I made it so that he shoots a bomb at you the moment he sees you. Now you actually have to be more careful whenever he's moving around, since at any point in time, he can just turn around and instantly delete you. So after coding all of that, now we can finally playtest the game. Wait. That's much better. Let's see the final result. Let's see if I can make this work. So, oh, that's why you check the cameras. Let's move here. So I'm gonna move here. Okay. He's really monitoring. I think he's doing something illegal back there. You and I, Freddy, we should go check on it. Okay, yeah, he's definitely doing something sketchy back there. This is a bit risky because there's two cameras there. So I'm gonna go through here, and we're gonna run here, and I'm gonna go through here. Again, this one's kind of risky because there's a camera right there. I have no idea what he's doing, but again, no. So actually, let's see if that works. So I'm just going to go here and yeah. Oh, let's go again. Let's do this again. Now the camera again. Okay. Oh, we're gonna go through here. We're gonna be super risky. The hall has two cameras. We made it through the first one. And second one doesn't seem to be active, so that's okay. Ah, you are dead, my friend. You really messed up this time. Yeah, what are you doing there listening to your AirPods? Okay, I'm gonna go through here because he's very aggressive, so... What? No, he turned on his camera. Yikes. Oh my god, he's gonna see me. I know he's gonna see me, and he's just might go back to his camera, so I'm gonna freeze in about 3, 2, 1, freeze. If I see a flashlight, then I'm gonna go right. Yeah, okay, run. Okay, if he does the task, do your task. Come on, what are you doing? You're just staring. There we go. Okay, run. I'm not gonna have enough time, so I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna ambush him. Okay, go back to your office. Okay, he's doing the task again. What I could do is I'm gonna hide in his office. And then when he least expects it, I'm gonna jump him. Okay, he's doing tasks. Let's go. Come on. Freddy, run faster. That's a win in my book. Let's go. No. That was not a win. Alright, this is the last round because, well, I keep failing. You really need to stop with that. Do you think I fear you? You really think a mirror camera's gonna stop? Yeah, a camera's gonna stop me. So I'm gonna go here. If I don't see a flashlight, I'm gonna pause. Pause. Ooh, I heard something. Ooh, okay. Turn that off. You don't need that. There we go. Use your eyes, my guy. No. He didn't see me. You were a doofus. You were a real doofus. Yes, I win.